Joanne Golden joining us now, here to take your calls and questions about taking care of your taxes. And the deadline is looming. We're talking April 17th as your deadline this year. So sometimes it can be a little bit complicated. So that's what you want to, get going on it now, probably.
Exactly. I think that it's definitely now is when all of those procrastinators are starting to really look at their tax returns, because that's when all the complicated issues are sort of cropping up. I want to put it aside because this is going to be a little bit more difficult to handle this year.
Exactly.
So.
Okay, so let's go right to the phone lines. I know we have some phone calls. The number to call is on your screen. It's 793-WKTV. And go ahead, you're live on the air. What's your question? Hi, what's your question? Or not. I think we're going to go to the next phone call because I know we have a lineup here. Go ahead, you're live on the air. What is your tax-related question?
Hi, thanks for taking my call.
No problem.
If you were to do your own taxes and you make an error on it, do they correct it when they do it, or do they send it back to you? Because there's just one part on my taxes I'm not sure of, but I really hate to have, pay to have it done.
Just because of that, right?
If I'm right with it. I just wasn't sure what would happen if I did make an error.
All right.
There are definitely corrections that the IRS will make if they pick up errors on your tax return. And they will send you a notice. A lot of times those notices don't come for about a year after you do your tax return. Sometimes they come right away. Sometimes they'll pick up the errors right away. But generally they don't come for a while. So if you make an error and you owe tax, then you might have some penalty and interest, definitely interest owed on the tax that you might have underpaid. If you made an error and they owe you money, they'll send you back that money with interest. What they'll generally do in errors, in situations where the IRS finds errors, is they'll send you a letter, a fairly long letter, probably about 4 pages, with all kinds of detail on it, and they'll ask you, do you agree or do you disagree? So that's one way errors are picked up. The other suggestion that I have, particularly if you're looking for a place to go where you can free file your tax return, obviously you can do that online. But if you're not comfortable doing it alone, Resource Center for Independent Living is doing tax returns for individuals. And you also could call the IRS, and they can help you and guide and give you some other places if you're not local in Utica, where you are going to be able to get some free help.
We need like a turkey hotline, how they have that during Thanksgiving for taxes. Yeah. Go ahead, you're live on the air. What is your tax-related question?
My boyfriend ran into a serious problem filing his taxes this year. He has 2 children with his ex-wife, and the wife claims the son, and he claims the daughter. The ages are 4 and 5, and the son is in daycare, and my boyfriend pays $5,000 a year towards that. The daughter's in kindergarten, goes to an after-school program, and he pays money towards that. What happened was she signed the form that she wouldn't claim the daughter, but she did claim the daughter's after-school program, and I don't really know how she could do that unless she claimed the daughter, actually.
Well, those rules get very complicated, again, because of the fact that you've got child care issues, and you're allowed certain child care credits only if you claim head of household. So your boyfriend might not have been able to claim head of household, and thus may not have been able to claim the child care credit. Those are discussions that should probably take place between the individuals, because it's, sometimes you can work it out where you can have a benefit of someone getting the credit.
Yeah, and evenly too.
Evenly,
it makes it easier.
Right.
Real quickly, you have a couple of forms here. We got the 1040 form right here.
Right, and
I'm making a mess here.
And it's okay. And the IT 201, and these are the forms that are really critical to know that the IT 201. There's no easy form in New York anymore. They made it only the IT 201. Whereas the federal return, they still have the 1040 EZ and the 1040A for those people who have less complicated returns. But
There we go. We have websites too that you can go to.
We have tremendous websites. We've got the IRS website and the New York State government website, and also the New York State Society of CPAs website.
Okay, all right. So it's tax.ny.gov and then nysscpa.org.
Lots of information there.
Good. All right. Good. Thank you very much.
Thank
I know
you.
you're busy, so thanks for coming up.
Thank you.
More news coming up.